Hey everybody, this is Mr. Free Time coming at you with a brand new video. And this one's right up my alley. You know, I've always been intrigued by the unexplained, all of the unexplained phenomenon out there. And if you notice, there's been so much more activity as far as UFOs, UAPs, USOs. A lot more activity out there. I don't think it's by accident. I really don't. I don't know if it's interdimensional or demonic. I don't know. But I've got some great footage here by some extremely reliable sources from all around the world. We're going to take a look at it. I think you'll like what you see. Meanwhile, if you could hit that thumbs up, you know the drill. YouTube's going to share it to more and more people. And if you would subscribe, I'd deeply appreciate it. And join the family. Okay, stick around. Let me know what you think. I want to know your comments, all right? I'll talk to you in a minute.
In the summer of 2023, a French family vacationing near Madagascar witnessed something extraordinary. From the window of their seaside villa, Sandrine noticed an unusual shape on the distant horizon. At first, it appeared motionless, silent, hovering just above the ocean. Then, slowly, impossibly, it began to rise. She rushed to her telescope, a Conus Motormax 90, and locked onto the object. What she saw through the lens was staggering. A massive triangular craft, black and featureless, lifting silently out of the sea and into the sky. Sandrine captured the moment on her phone, filming directly through the telescope's eyepiece. The telescope mounted on a tripod. This was no accident, no fabrication. The footage is raw, unedited, unfiltered.
Huh? That's quoi? Huh? La vie là-bas?
Tiens, mon téléphone s'est fait, mais ça y a rangé.
T'es mis?
Ouais. Il savait pas bouger. Non, il a bougé.
And this isn't an isolated case. For decades, similar triangular craft have been seen rising from the ocean, by fishermen, by military pilots, by satellite reconnaissance. From the Russian Navy to NATO operations, reports speak of enormous black triangles, vanishing into the sky as quickly as they appear. This is just one sighting among many of what have become known as USOs. The more modern term would be UAP, craft that are capable of impossible underwater and aerial maneuvers. They move through air and water with impossible precision. No wings, no rotors, no splash. These transmedium craft defy gravity, pressure, and drag, vanishing into the ocean as easily as they tear across the sky. No known technology can explain them, and yet they are very real.
Staying topside, just.
Whoa, splashed. Mark bearing and range.
In the shadowy depths of the Sea of Cortez, a seasoned diver descends into the unknown, expecting nothing more than the ordinary rhythms of the ocean. But what he finds is anything but ordinary. A glint of unnatural light, a perfect geometric shape, a feeling that something or someone is watching. For years, he kept it to himself, but eventually, he revealed his truth to the whole world. This is the story of the Golden Cube, a mysterious object seen deep beneath the waves. Was it man-made or something else entirely?
The light was reflecting off of this thing like nothing I'd ever seen before. And at that point, my heart goes up. Okay, this can go bad real fast. So I realize that as I am settling down to take another look and reevaluate what this thing is, now I can see a corner and a flat face. I'm like, this is, at the time I was thinking man-made and probably bad. And then I stop and my fin tips are on the seafloor and I'm looking at this thing and I'm lowering my camera down just a little bit, trying to look over my lights. And that's when I see that this thing is a cube. I can see the top of this. It's about 3 feet across and 3 feet deep. And it's a gold, shiny, back illuminated cube. And my heart just went right up in my throat. And I did not like this feeling at all. I felt totally toyed with by whatever this was. I started to swim towards this thing, and it would maintain its distance away from me absolutely perfectly. And I'm descending along the seamount as fast as I can swim and gallop off the bottom, holding my camera up. This thing is able to keep that exact distance. So, and as I rest on the bottom, I'm putting my camera face down. And that's when the first time when I really saw the whole thing, when I took my lights completely off of it. Now I could actually see that this thing was a cube suspended off the bottom. And it was just perfect. It was beautiful and terrifying. This bothered me for years when I saw this. And it was in Sea Cortez. I never told anybody what I saw until just this year.
In the vast expanse of our oceans, underwater objects may have found the perfect hiding place, some hidden physically beneath the waves, others cloaked in secrecy. Among these enigmas lies a compelling account from Dan Willis, a former U.S. Navy communications specialist. During his service, Willis intercepted a classified radio message detailing an extraordinary encounter, a massive object emerging from the depths, defying conventional understanding. Years later, driven by a commitment to truth, Willis stepped into the public eye. In 2001, he testified at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., as part of the Disclosure Project, joining other military and intelligence personnel in revealing encounters with unexplained phenomena. His testimony shed light on the existence of unidentified submerged objects, craft operating beneath our oceans with capabilities beyond known technology. What did Dan Willis witness? What secrets lie beneath the surface? As we delve into his account, prepare to explore the depths of the unknown and question the boundaries of our understanding.
My name is Dan Willis. I was in the United States Navy. I held a top secret crypto level 14 extra sensitive material handling security clearance. I worked in the code room at the Naval Communications Station in San Francisco. In 1969, I received a priority message from a ship near Alaska that was classified as secret. The ship reported emerging out of the ocean near Port Bow, a brightly glowing reddish-orange elliptical object approximately 70 feet in diameter emerged out of the water, shot into space, traveling at about 7,000 miles per hour. This was tracked on ship's radar and substantiated. Years later, I worked at the Naval Electronic Engineering Center in San Diego for 13 years. A co-worker who I worked with worked at the NORAD facility. When he first started working at the facility, he noticed objects going on the screens that track everything out in space and in the air, objects going off the scale, doing right-angle turns. When he inquired, his older supervisor advised him that, quote, it was just a visit from one of our little friends. These statements are true. I'm willing to testify under oath before Congress. Thank you.
Most UFO videos are grainy, distant, and inconclusive, but not this one. In January 2017, the Chilean Navy declassified a video that stands out. The footage was captured 2 years earlier, on November 11th, 2014, by a Navy helicopter west of Santiago. It was a clear afternoon, and the chopper was cruising at 4,500 feet. That's when the crew spotted something. Roughly 65 kilometers, 40 miles, ahead, an unknown object flew at the same altitude and speed as their helicopter. They zoomed in with their infrared camera. They contacted 2 radar stations. Both could detect the helicopter clearly, but neither could see the object, despite it being directly in range. The chopper's onboard radar also showed nothing. No scheduled flights, no known military exercises, and no civilian aircraft were anywhere nearby. The pilot tried to hail the object. No response. Most of the footage is infrared, where heat appears as darker tones. The object showed high thermal intensity, and something else. It began to release a substance, twice. A plume trailing behind it, not vapor, not water. Analysts believe it was likely a gas or some form of high-energy discharge. One suggestion was cabin wastewater from an aircraft. But that doesn't hold. Water falls fast. This hung in the air, dense, glowing, deliberate.
You know, we're already being crop dusted every day. If you look at the streaks in the sky, what are they doing? Are the aliens gassing us now over the waters? Who knows what's going on? You know, if you notice, a lot of sightings have been over water. These ships, extraterrestrials, whatever, going in and out of water. Some of them come out of the water, some of them go in. I find that interesting. Maybe that's where they live. Maybe that's where they hang out down there. We don't know squat when it comes to this Earth and what's down at the bottom of the ocean. There's a couple miles down there. Anyway, what do you think? I think it's pretty cool. Huh?
The object stayed in frame for over 9 minutes. The two-man crew included a highly experienced Navy captain and a technician. Both gave detailed descriptions. The captain called it flattened, elongated, with 2 thermal discharges that didn't match the object's axis of motion. The technician described it as white, semi-oval, and horizontally aligned. The footage was examined for 2 years by Chile's official government agency that investigates aerial anomalies. A panel of military and technical experts reviewed it. They could not explain it. No evidence of a hoax, no radar trace, no logical explanation. Some speculated it was a drone, a weather balloon, or even a foreign military aircraft. But the Chilean Navy confirmed it was not a US drone or any known surveillance platform. Air Force analysts concluded the object was real, 3-dimensional, unaffected by wind, capable of maneuvering under intelligent control. They said it reflected light unnaturally and emitted energy. To this day, the object remains unidentified. Whether a secret technology or something far more exotic, this footage stands as one of the clearest, most credible UFO cases ever caught on camera. They don't just come from the skies, they rise from the oceans, silent, glowing, impossible. Beneath the waves, another world watches, and sometimes it breaks the surface. January 1952, Shemya Island, Alaska. A cold, remote rock surrounded by turbulent seas. Eldon L. White, a rigger stationed on the island, steps outside on his day off. Suddenly, he hears a strange whining, a mechanical whirring sound above. Looking up, he sees something impossible. A gray, bat-shaped object hovering just 300 feet overhead. 30 feet wide, it glows with greenish light along its wings. At its center, a pulsing red dome. A long rod extends from the rear. The craft moves slowly, falling leaf-like toward the ocean. At 75 feet above the water, it halts. Then it dives, straight into the sea. White stood in silence, watching the surface. Nothing returned. 14 years later, he sent a handwritten letter. No fame, no attention, just truth. July 15th, 1988. Catalina Island, California. Just past midnight, a veteran scuba diver makes his usual night crossing to 2 harbors. Suddenly, the ocean beneath his boat lights up. A massive glow, precisely square, spanning at least 100 yards in every direction. Sharp edges, not natural, not diffused, just geometric. It lasts 15 seconds, then darkness. Later, on land, the diver realizes 2 hours are missing from his memory. He saw no craft, only a radiant square of light beneath his boat, and a time slip he couldn't explain. Years passed before he made the connection. What he encountered may have been under the water, but it wasn't from Earth. February 5th, 2009. Strait of Messina, between Sicily and the Italian mainland. 3 construction workers pause as a loud hissing pierces the air. They look toward the sea. Rising from the water is a massive gray sphere, 150 feet wide. Completely smooth, no seams, almost too perfect. It hovers high above the water, then releases 9 smaller spheres. They dart west toward the city of Palmi. Then the mothership descends, slowly, back into the sea. No sound, no disturbance, just vanishing into the deep. The workers tell their families. Local researcher Dr. Marta Fata investigates and confirms. This is just one of many such events in the region, one of many, too strange to ignore. So what are these things? They aren't just lights in the sky, they're lights in the water. They move through our oceans with technology we can't comprehend. They interact, sometimes gently, sometimes eerily, but always with purpose. Why are they here? What do they want? And why do they remain hidden? Thousands of reports, years of sightings, and still no answers. But one truth remains. They're already here, and they've been watching from the deep. What you're about to hear isn't speculation, it isn't rumor. This came straight from within the US government. In the late 1990s, deep in the Caribbean, cruise missile tests were a regular operation. Tomahawks, some potentially nuclear capable, launched over open ocean. Once spent, they'd splash down and sink. Later, they'd blow their ballast, rise to the surface, and Navy recovery teams would swoop in by helicopter to retrieve them. Standard protocol. Until one day it wasn't. A Navy helicopter crew was dispatched. Pilot, co-pilot, crew chief, frogman. Business as usual, until it wasn't. As the frogman dangled down the line, preparing to hook the missile, something moved. The ocean began to churn. Something vast, black, round, alive, emerged from the depths. Not a submarine, not a whale, but something huge. Not linear, like a sub. They were near the Puerto Rico Trench, the second deepest part of the ocean on Earth. 22,000 feet of blackness below. And something was coming up. The crew panicked. The frogman scrambled up the line. And just as the massive object was about to breach the surface, the missile vanished, sucked beneath the water, gone without a trace. And with it, the object disappeared too. The helicopter crew returned, shaken, silent. That missile, still missing, still unaccounted for. And the thing that took it, never identified, never explained.
You know, I think one of them USOs came up and stole one of those missiles to check it out and see what we're doing up here to destroy this Earth. I think that's what's going on. Who knows, but that's evidence. They took that missile. They took it. And you know what? Happen to think, for the clip coming up, problem is we don't know what's secret military and what is extraterrestrial. We don't know. The military's got all kinds of stuff that we don't know about. So you see something in the sky, is that military? Is that alien? Is that a demon? What is it? We don't know. We just don't know. Someday, maybe we'll find out. What do you think?
In April 2025, multiple witnesses reported seeing a glowing white unidentified aerial phenomenon hovering above the waters off Hawaii. The object displayed several unusual traits. Although its lights were clearly reflected on the ocean's surface in the footage, the lights themselves were not visible on the craft. Remarkably, the phenomenon was entirely silent, ruling out conventional aircraft, helicopters, or drones. One observer speculated that the object might have been projecting light downward, as though scanning or searching the water below. This remains one of the more puzzling and distinctive sightings of an unidentified aerial phenomenon to date.
Absolutely right. And take a look at what's happening here. We got a super close up of whatever we witnessed last night, and you can see it's illuminating the ocean like I've never seen anything do before. That is wild.
Look, it's holding, it's just stalled out there. Blake, do you see that?
We're seeing flashes, pulses of light as it pulses off whatever this object is. And let me tell you, we didn't see any kind of object whatsoever. No propellers, no fuselage, nothing. Just a luminescent light.
On March 17th, 2025, the shores of Daytona Beach, Florida became the backdrop for a mysterious encounter as luminous orbs were seen rising from the ocean and silently hovering above the waves. The sighting has since captured the attention of both UFO enthusiasts and skeptics. A local eyewitness captured several video clips showing the strange phenomenon, large radiant orbs appearing to emerge directly from the sea, then hovering in formation just above the surface. The lights flickered, pulsed, and moved in patterns that defy explanation by conventional aircraft, drones, or flares. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, the witness recalled. These orbs looked like they came straight out of the ocean. They just floated there, glowing, completely silent. Known more for its scenic coastline and vibrant spring break crowds than unexplained phenomena, Daytona Beach is now at the center of speculation about unidentified submerged objects, USOs, and what may lie hidden beneath the waves. This event adds to a growing wave of unexplained sightings in 2025, particularly along coastlines, raising the question, are we witnessing evidence of something otherworldly, or is there a more earthly explanation still waiting to surface? Stabilized and enhanced, this evening footage, captured quietly through a bedroom window, may be one of the most compelling glimpses yet of a secretive black project in operation. Hovering silently above the tree line, the object displays the unmistakable geometry of what many believe to be the TR-3B, a highly classified craft long rumored to be part of a hidden fleet operating far outside the boundaries of conventional aerospace. For decades, whispers of the TR-3B have circulated through military circles, insider leaks, and UFO forums alike. Said to originate from deep within the US black budget, programs so secret they officially don't exist, the TR-3B is often described as a large, triangular craft capable of anti-gravity propulsion, rapid acceleration, and silent hovering. Witnesses over the years have consistently reported the same features: a dark, triangular silhouette with 3 glowing lights at each corner and a pulsing circular core at its center, believed by some to house a gravity-canceling propulsion system. The craft is said to defy known physics, moving with eerie precision and operating without any audible engine noise. Officially, the TR-3B doesn't exist, but sightings like this, quietly filmed, often dismissed, yet strangely consistent, paint a different picture.
Oh, what'd you think? Pretty cool, huh? Very interesting footage, I think. I'd love to know your comments. But thanks for sticking around to the end. And if you would, hit that thumbs up so it's out to more people. And subscribe. Love to have you join the family. Thanks, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you.